It's a well-known fact that animals and pets are incredibly loyal companions. From the brave dogs and canines ready to protect us at all costs to the cuddliest of bunnies and kittens, animal friendships are quite common. But in today's video, let's go down the list and take a look at those rare animal-human friendships that seem very dangerous. Here are the 10 most unusual friendships between humans and wildly dangerous animals. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like on this video. Number 10. Lauren Murray. Let's begin our list by taking a look at the Florida native whose 10,000-pound best friend is turning heads left and right. Meet Lauren Murray, the 33-year-old acrobat and animal handler whose best friend is Lady Essex, a ginormous Asian elephant. While most people would get scared to even get close to the giant creature, Lauren embraces her special bond and friendship with Lady Essex. The two buddies love to spend time together and perfect their jaw-dropping tricks. But that's not all, because along with Florida native, Lady Essex gets along with Lauren's dogs and her 3-year-old son. Now that's a truly unique friendship. Number 9. Jeff Lowe. Up next at number 9, it's the animal conservationist and lover who's been making waves for a while now. If you've binge-watched the popular Netflix series Tiger King, chances are you recognize Jeff Lowe. For more than 20 years, the 54-year-old Oklahoma native has been sheltering wild animals and big cats in his Greater Wynwood Exotic Animal Park. Not only is the sanctuary one of the biggest private zoos in the world, but Jeff is also the proud owner of over 220 big cats and 500 wild animals. Along with his giant zoo, Jeff also loves to bring his cats into his home and his flashy Ferrari car. And so, while Lowe is no stranger to controversies in the world of exotic pets, there's no denying the dedication Jeff has for his big cats. Number 8. Jim and Susan Kowalczyk. If Asian elephants and big cats weren't shocking enough, now let's take a look at the family who spends their time with their 1,400-pound friends. Jim and Susan Kowalczyk have animal friends and companions like no other. The New York natives have an orphanage where they look after and take care of giant 9-foot bears. From the Kodiak to the Syrian subtypes, the Kowalczyk are proud handlers of these wild animals. Along with having their 100-acre estate, Jim and Susan love to play around and spend time with their companions. As it's described on their Orphaned Wildlife website, starting the Orphaned Wildlife Center had been a dream of ours for years, finally being incorporated in 2015. We have 11 bears of varying species living on our property. They're part of our educational program. Out of all of our life's experiences, the time we've spent in the company of bears has been the most rewarding. Number 7. Mark Dumas. Speaking of wild bears, coming in at number 7 is the animal lover who is considered to be the only man in the world able to swim with a polar bear. Meet Mark Dumas, 69-year-old British Columbian native who is also known as the Grizzly Man. For years on end, Mark has been dipping in his swimming pool alongside his companion and friend, Ajee. Ajee, who is a 16-year-old polar bear, is no stranger to Mark's affection and his friendship. Ever since the polar bear was just a few weeks old, Dumas formed an incredible bond that lasted for nearly 2 decades. From eating together to kissing her cheeks and going on afternoon swims, Ajee and Mark truly have a unique friendship. Number 6. Pinkie Genota. Taking our number 6 spot is the so-called monkey mom, Pinkie Genota. The 58-year-old Pinkie is the proud mother of her Rhesus macaques monkeys. These adorable primates, called Maybelline, L'Oreal, Avon, and Max, have been the light of Pinkie's life. The monkey rescuer enjoys accommodating her life to her 4 macaques, which she calls her babies. Not only does Pinkie dress these siblings in cute clothes and outfits, but Genota also loves to communicate with them on a daily basis. Eating, reading, and watching TV together are just a regular part of their everyday routine. As explained by Pinkie herself, I do communicate with them as far as the discipline goes. We teach them sign language so they can communicate with us. They learn more: food, love, brush, bath, your basic words. Number 5. Dean Schneider. Up next on our number 5 spot, it's the wildlife enthusiast and aficionado who's been called a daredevil by millions across the globe. Ever since starting his YouTube channel and introducing his fans to his daily routine, wildlife and big cat protector, Dean Schneider has been a highly followed online persona. The 28-year-old Zurich native has shown his fans what it's really like to live alongside wild lions and big cats. From sleeping and cuddling next to one another to following them on wild hunts, Dean has demonstrated the real behind-the-scenes footage of his special bond with the cats. And now with over 3.4 million subscribers on YouTube alone, Dean is one of the most famous animal sanctuary founders in the world. Number 4. Abdullah Chalet. On the topic of wild cats, coming in at our number 4 spot is the Indonesian native whose unusual friendship has stunned and shocked many. Abdullah Chalet is the brave handler of her tiger cub Mulan. Abdullah is famous for her one-of-a-kind friendship and bond she has with her exotic predator, Mulan, that weighs nearly 400 pounds, is a beast and dangerous animal that should be avoided at all costs. But for Abdullah, Mulan is her very best friend, which is why the Indonesian native is never too scared to sleep in the same bed as the big cat or even play around in a semi-terrifying manner. Number 3. Savannah Bone. Taking our number 3 place, it's the crocodile queen, Savannah Bone. Based in Florida, Savannah is the proud protector and defender of over 2,500 alligators and crocodiles. Having worked at Gatorland, the crocodile-based park, for over a decade now, Savannah has come to form an unbreakable bond with the dangerous reptiles. But that's not all, because Bone is apparently the only woman in Gatorland who can handle these giant animals and menacing predators. As shared by Savannah, here's why she enjoys working alongside her alligator friends. I like for people to see a different side of them, like the only side you're ever going to see in the news is an attack. We've given a voice to all of these animals. Number 2. Kiba Khan. On our coveted number 2 spot, it's the young girl whose special bond with snakes has made its way on international headlines. Ever since she was a little girl, Kiba Khan has been obsessed with snakes. Wanting to be like her father, who's a snake handler, the Indian native spends most of her time with these dangerous reptiles. And yes, as you might have suspected, living with frightening cobras is not as easy as it sounds. Even though Kiba has been bitten numerous times by her companions, she said she wouldn't change a thing about her special friends. Number 1. Kevin Richardson. And last but not least, let's talk about the one and only lion whisperer, Kevin Richardson. For over 2 decades now, Kevin has lived and breathed wild lions, cheetahs, and hyenas, which he considers to be his friends. The South African native, who is the founder of the Kevin Richardson Wildlife Sanctuary, is infamous in the world of big cats. Along with millions of followers and supporters on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, the Lion Whisperer has gained massive admiration from his colleagues and peers. By posting numerous videos and education clips about the big cats he takes care of, Kevin ultimately brings awareness to these semi-endangered animals and the proper ways one should look after them. And yes, while we can't ever imagine ourselves in Kevin's shoes, running around and playing with big lions and cheetahs, it's still really interesting to see how these wild cats have formed a unique friendship with a South African native. And with that, we end today's video. Which unusual animal-human friendship did you find the most extraordinary? Are there any unusual friendships you think deserve a spot on our list? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from Star 5. Thanks for watching. Until next time.